morning. This video is for the new guys. There's Mark Davis, Raymond, and Christopher. All you guys that have been around a while, you can watch this, but it's not really. Welcome to Madison Grouse, home of the Wildcats. I'm just going to take you on a little tour of the center. Okay, we're on about 40 acres. This is the gatehouse. In and out. They scan your badge. I got the okay to make the movie, so they won't be scanning my badge or taking my temperature or any of those things. We used to have horses here because the police used to keep them. They got rid of their horse program, and now we have the barn, and it's being used as like an auto shop right now. All right, let's take a look. Alright, we'll start right from scratch. There's the Great American flag. Right up here we have the 9/11 Memorial. It was built by the students after 9/11. We shall never forget. There's a time capsule sealed. It was put in on the 11th day of May of 2002. Interesting. That's the field next door. It's owned by Edison Township. There's ball fields and soccer fields and stuff like that. Don't worry, I'll edit out parts of this movie that are lame. Alright, there is the Job Corps Pathway to Excellence wall. It's used as a handball court at times. That building's abandoned. The building right here across the street, that is the gymnasium. Here, I'll just get out real quick and we'll take a quick look around. We have these things called groundhogs, and they're everywhere. You see them? They dig holes. They can dig in the hardest ground on earth, and they have no problem digging. Okay, that's the gym. The gymnasium. You got a rec in there with pool tables and air hockey and all kinds of good activities. There's a student store. There's a weight room, basketball courts, a locker room. Okay, that's a pavilion over there. We have outdoor basketball courts. This is a soccer field right here. Okay, I'll take a ride up by maintenance. Other wildlife we got around here, there's some red fox, there's deer, we have red-tailed hawks, squirrels and cats. A lot of animals in the center. This is the baseball field with the lights for night games. This is where you're going to go to get your uniforms and any packages that come in and stuff. It's all out of property right there. And this is the maintenance department. Maintenance is right there. You got a good maintenance crew. Some old washers and dryers. Okay, now this is the learning zone and the outside pavilion. The learning zone's where you do all your education stuff. Since you guys are all done with that, the only thing you'll be going in there for is to fix plumbing. Alright. There is a swimming pool here. We can get a better look at it later, but that's the swimming pool. Once again, that's the learning zone. This is CNA, that's nursing. That's the wellness department. And these are your dorms. That is the King dorm, Martin Luther King dorm, and that is the Foreman dorm, George Foreman dorm. And straight ahead behind that fellow right in front of us is the cafeteria. And just to give you a scope of the size of this place, we'll take a ride behind the dorms. And you can see all the dorms. I'm not sure which dorm they're going to make the advanced dorm this time around when everybody comes back, but it was in King, and then it was in Foreman. This building right here is the new women's dorm. That's a pretty nice dorm. Every room has its own bathroom, but that's only for the ladies. The men's dorms have group bathrooms. This is not our property right here, but they're developing the site. I guess new condos will be going in there for new houses. These are our solar panels for our shop. Not our shop, our whole center. It supplies supplemental power. This is the Edison dorm. Okay. And this dorm right here is the Kilmer dorm, and recently that became the advanced training dorm. Okay. And we're looking right now at the back of our shop, and we're going to be going there shortly. If I don't crash on the way. All right. In all, we have approximately 400 students on center at any given time. Our OBS, I believe, is 417, which is a pretty good number of people. Right now, I think there's maybe 20 students on center. And we're not allowed to bring anybody back yet. So what we'll do on this distance learning thing is we'll get you guys signed off on as much stuff that is not hands-on as possible. So that when you get here, you only be worried about the hands-on stuff. That means we'll be able to do lots of plumbing work, because there's plenty of plumbing work here. Here's one of our maintenance guys. Okay, we're going back down by the gym. I'll give you a quick look at what the pool looks like. I don't know if you'll ever get a chance to swim in it, but in the summer it's open. Here's a lifeguard, and you might be able to take a dip. It's a good sized pool. It's actually really nice when it's not abandoned, like we have been for 6 months. Kind of sad. But you guys be back someday. You guys haven't been here yet. We'll be here soon. And a lot of you guys won't ever come back, because hopefully we'll be completing you in a couple weeks. You can go on to your plumbing careers. Okay, that's A+, that's where they do the computer work. This is the back of the cafeteria. That's the Kilmer dorm once again. That's going to be your dorm more than likely, that would be my guess. Now this building right here is where all the counselors are. Your counselor is Christy Chaco. And you'll be meeting her probably. She'll be inviting you to her classroom pretty soon. And you can meet her. Hopefully I'll run into her before I'm done with this video and we can videotape her saying hi. That building right there is the administration building. Okay? That's where the center director, the deputy director, the head of administration, purchasing, security, records, finance, all that good stuff is all in that building. That's fairly new. That's one of the newest buildings on town. I got here in 2002. And when I got here, they were talking about this horse stable. And we started construction like a month after I got here. That's the admin building once again. But this horse stable was built completely by the students. It used to house 2 horses, which they're gone now, but at one time you can still see the sign, Edison Mounted Police. It was pretty cool. Alright, now we're going down to the trades area. We're coming up on UAW. That's their shop right there. UAW LETC. That's their advanced auto test area. There's a couple of the auto instructors right there. Then we got HVAC. HVAC is right there. A nice fella runs that place. And then you got the brick trade right there. Steve Flickinger's the instructor. Now we have carpentry. United Carpenters. Brotherhood of Carpenters. Correct myself. And we have HBI, that's Building Construction Technology right there. Then we have electrical wiring. And then we have advanced plumbing. I'm going to bring you inside and I'll let you meet our CTP manager. Bo's been here a long time. He's our manager and a real good guy. Look at how much the bees have overgrown. We're getting them chopped down tomorrow. Grass is high. Probably gonna have that for that one. This is the back of our plumbing shop. And what everybody does when they get here is they make your name out of copper, spray paint it, and hang it on the wall. And you'll be here forever. We just started doing this maybe 5 years ago. And maybe longer than that. Here's our basketball hoop. So you can look at the dates on there, 2012, 13, 14. It's our boiler room. This used to be our classroom. Now it's the manager's classroom and office. This is their manager Bo position. Say hi to our new students, Bo.
How you doing, guys?
All right. Virtually. Just giving them a tour of the shop. And these are our hats that you're going to be wearing. And you'll get some shirts, long sleeve shirts with a pocket, a patch. And you'll be wearing carpenter jeans. You're getting a new pair of boots. And jackets, just like that. And this is our messy right now because I'm trying to reorganize things. But these are all the drain cleaning machines that we have. There's our sewer camera. We have just about every tool that you would need to do any kind of plumbing jobs. Lots of stuff. But we'll get back to that later. Now I'm going to bring you into the new building, which is built completely by students. It was completed, we moved in 2 years ago. We started construction in 2005, so it took a long time. It was a lot of work. APT, Advanced Plumbing Technician. One of my students drew that. That was quite a few years ago. That's probably 12 years ago. Okay. And this is our new building. Completely built by students, from top to bottom. And come in, you got Kovacs. Stairs going up. Here's our boil room. This heating system was designed and installed by students. That helps a little bit. Okay, now. And plumbing stuff. Our hangers. Burn codes. Hey, there's my coffee that I lost. Here's the shop. Water heater. Wall hung water heater. The back door. Lockers. Mock-ups. Can't wait for you guys to get back and fix this place up. Okay, we're going upstairs to my messy office. This virtual learning's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I think my job was easier when you guys were actually in front of me. Computers, student computers, some desks. Like I said, I've been reorganizing, so things are a little messy. It's been a while since I made a video, hasn't it? Everything's still the same. These are toilets. Hydrometer toilets, tank toilets. When you guys get back, we'll be redoing the urinal mock-up. Yeah. We have a stove. Coffee pot, toaster oven, microwave. This is lockout, tag out, safety stuff. This is Camp Plumber, which used to be an army base. If you look real close, that's our building in the front. The building we're in is right behind us right now. All these buildings that were here are gone. That was 1965. There's a big history about Camp Plumber. Pretty interesting.
Okay, yeah. Well, good afternoon, plumbing students, both the existing students and the new students. My name is Mr. Stanings, and I am the Work-Based Learning Coordinator. And my role is to try to provide internship opportunities and connections with employers around the country to enable you to have more enhanced experiences for your plumbing training, and also eventually to get you into placement. I can be certainly reached at my email address, and that is stanings.tony@jobcorps.org. And my last name is spelled S-T-A-Y-N-I-N-G-S. I am very responsive and will certainly be glad to assist you any way I can. The new students that are coming in, this week in September, the 10th. I look forward to working with you, getting to know you. I will make I can help you as you go through your program and transition from training to completion. I know with the COVID-19 pandemic, it's been certainly very, very challenging for us. I like to do the hands-on and face-to-face, and unfortunately, we're tied down to the remote training, and hopefully very soon we'll begin returning to normal. Again, my name is Mr. Tony Stanings. I am the Work-Based Learning Coordinator, and I look forward to helping you. And for those that have met me already, I hope you're well, and look forward to getting in touch with you whenever you need help.
Do we have any work-based learning opportunities available for when they get here?
We have a ton of work-based learning opportunities. Thanks for asking, Mr. Smith. We have quite a few places that can do with providing support for you. And with the plumbing, they're all paid positions, and know I can get some pretty good opportunities for you.
Thank you, Tony.
Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to HVAC, and that stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Just walk with me, come on in, give you a little overview as to what we do.
How you doing, Nigel?
Not too bad, Bill.
How you liking this virtual learning?
Virtual learning is very challenging.
To say the least.
A lot of, you have to do a lot of motivating with the students and keep up with them and, keep them going.
Right.
When the students actually enters, they're in, I would say, a process of being entry level into the trade. We're forced to introduce them to the heating, the forced lighting furnace. Just walk with me over here. I will have either one of my senior students with all the component parts of all the actual major parts of the furnace and its purpose and what they actually do. So they have to identify name all the different parts.
All the components, right?
And then when they're done, then they will have to take a test and identify and to match the name of the part with actual what the component part does.
Right.
Okay? So that we have a better understanding and overview as to how it's relatable into the actual system. So when they're finished with the forced lighting system, this is an older model. I have a newer model over here, and they tend to simulate some of the parts over here with a newer model. I have a thermostat mounted on here, so we actually bring the system on. Okay, actually bring the system on and let it start up and let it activate. Then we go through the sequence of operation of who relays power to who and who does what and how it actually functions.
Right.
When they're through with that, we go over there to the oil burner, which is right here.
Right.
And we do the same thing. We go through the identification of all the parts and how it relates to the system and the function analysis and what it actually does. And once we're through with that, then we get into the fundamentals, we get into tools, we get into soldering and brazing techniques, we get into cutting and threading black pipe, okay, which I have some of it here. This is an actual project of one of the students that they would do. I have a blueprint and they'll put this together. And then I'll pressure test this and submerge this on the water, pressure test this with nitrogen, and we check it for leaks.
Nice.
If it leaks, that means it will be having a gas leak inside of the building.
Right.
And then they'll have to fix it and get it done correctly.
Nice.
Okay?
How long have you been doing this, Nigel?
I've been doing this for approximately 36 years.
36 years.
I
Wow.
spent 25 years in New York Public School teaching this.
Right.
I also spent 6.5 years at Lincoln Technical Institute.
Nice.
Teaching that over there. And then I'm spending 2 years over here.
Nice.
So
Beautiful.
this is my second year over here as the instructor.
Hey, and we appreciate you, Nigel. I'm telling you.
Hey, thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Hey,
Thank you
thanks
very
for
much.
being in my video.
Oh, you're
All
welcome.
right. That was pretty cool talking to Nigel. Nigel's a really good guy. We got a lot of really good instructors here. We got good maintenance crew. We got good managers, good directors, great counselors. got some books. This is the Sewer and Drain Cleaner Handbook. And this is all self-paced. Okay? I sent you 5 review sheets. If you read 2 chapters and do 1 review sheet, just when you have them all done, let me know and I'll send you a self-addressed envelope. You can mail it. Okay? The other book that you have, that book, by the way, is your A-level book. This is your B-level book. It's called Modern Plumbing. You read a chapter. Well, I'm going to give you pages to read. I'm not going to overload you guys. A lot of you guys are working. Read a couple pages, answer some questions in the following day. Okay? The workbook is for you guys to keep. So what I want you to do is, as you do stuff in the workbook, you're going to double check your work and make sure you do it correctly. And then you can have this as a reference. There's a lot of really good information. Okay? But other than that, this is only part 1 of the new student video because I don't want it to be too long, and I still got to interview a few more people, and we'll make it nice and short and sweet. But keep up the work, keep checking in every day. I open TARs for you guys, so you can go and view your TARs. I'll update them like weekly or bi-weekly. If you guys need anything, give me a call.